What's going on, everybody? Today we are going to talk about the all exciting bar graphs. There we go. All right, now you should be able to see me 5% better. Lucky you. Bar graphs. So last day we talked about line graphs, and we also talked about what you need to do to make a successful graph. Well, all of those same things apply to making a bar graph with one extra little thing. So the same things apply. You need a title, you need to label the x-axis, you need to label the y-axis. If you are watching me and you're like, no idea what you're talking about, go back and watch the last two videos on the same playlist titled How to Make a Graph. And everybody always asks,
what's the difference between a bar graph and a line graph?
Bar graphs are used to compare two different things or more. Okay, so each bar in the graph would be comparing two different things. So let's say you're like, hey, how many times do dogs and cats pee in a day? Well, one bar could be cats, one graph could be dogs. Hey, how many times can dogs, cats, and pigs poop in a day? Well, then you'd have three. One bar for pigs, one for cats, and one for dogs. And you could track the amount of poop cycles that happen between cats, pigs, and dogs. It would be super fascinating to find out. Maybe instead of doing the assignment, you could actually conduct an experiment tracking poop for a day. That would be super interesting. And then send me the graphs or comment down below and let me know your findings. I'm actually serious, that'd be cool. All right, so bar graphs compare things, and they're not always poop related. A line graph would be used to show data over a period of time. Bar graphs compare discrete things. Okay, so I am going to give you an example. Let's just say we were recycling and we wanted to compare things from week 1 to week 2. We are going to give you some information over here, and you can check it out, and it shows the different things that we recycled week to week. Now we're going to make a graph, and the graph, same thing applies. You need a title, label the x-axis, label the y-axis, and boom, we're good to go. The only thing that's different is you will need to create a legend.
What's a legend?
Well, a legend shows the differences between the bars. So as you can see over here, we have week 1 and week 2 in two different shades of blue. And then as you put the bars down, well, week 1 is in this shade of blue and week 2 is in the other shade of blue. So that is a legend, and it actually shows you the differences between the bars, or else you'd look at the graph and you would be like, I don't get it. Well, it's because there's no legend. You need a legend to help specify the differences between the categories. If we were doing a graph on poop, well, maybe you'd have 3 different shades of brown. That would be fun. Or maybe you would just use 3 completely random colors. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure that there is a difference. If you are on a bit of a pencil crayon budget, well, you could just use your pencil and just shade in the different bars, or maybe do zigzags on one bar and no zigzags on another, and that would be another good way to compare your bars. That would be a great way to compare your bars. So on the bar graph over here, you still need to label the x-axis, and we're just going to call it item because we are going to put all the items down below. And on the y-axis, we are going to just count the number of things that we recycled. It usually makes sense on the y-axis to put whatever it is that you are counting, because then the graph is going to go up, if that makes sense. So if we were talking about the amount of Xboxes sold, well, the amount of Xboxes sold would go on the y-axis, because then it would go up. And it just makes way more sense than having your graph going sideways. Up and down is usually better. All right, so that is everything. I hope that all makes sense for you. Once again, you need to label your x-axis. You need to label your y-axis. You need to have a title. And fourthly, you need to make sure that you have a legend so you can compare whatever it is that you're comparing. If you're comparing poop or pee, make sure that those are all in different colors or patterns, or something that your teacher or parent or whoever is looking at it, or yourself, can understand. Oh, and one last thing, number 5, make sure you choose an appropriate number for going up the y-axis, because the x-axis, you don't actually have to choose a scale, you just have to write the items, and up the y-axis, that's where you actually want to choose an appropriate number for going up. So generally you want to have between 5 and 10 numbers. Anything more than that is too much. I also recommend that you use a ruler to create your bar graphs, or else they will resemble the drawings of a grade 1. It's not pretty. Anyways, I hope that all makes sense. Once again, bar graphs are used to compare different things, two things or more. Once again, if you guys have any sassy questions or comments down below, please drop them. It is awesome to hear. There will be a link down below as usual with the coinciding textbook and assignment and things like that if need be. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and until next time, keep fit and have fun. We will talk to you later.